Welcome, my dear student. Today we will discuss the new lesson 3D, that means three-dimensional geometry. Yes, my student, we will discuss the new topic in these lessons or in this exercise or in these new lessons. First exercise of this lesson is given. You have to find the direction ratio, direction cosine, like these questions. Suppose any vector, let the position vector A vector equal to a1i, a2j and a3k, then a1 comma a2 comma a3 are called direction ratio. So my students, if any vector when you represent in a space a1, a2, a3 are called the direction ratio. So direction ratio is what you can understand. Suppose you have given a point. Next, second, suppose A is the point x1, y1 and z1. Then suppose OA vector is represented by x1i, y1j and z1k. This number x1, y1 and z1 are called the direction ratio. So I think you understand what is the direction ratio. Suppose you have two points. Suppose the point A x1, y1, z1 and point B x2, y2, z2 are any two points. Suppose x1, y1, z1 and x2, y2, z2 are any two points. Then AB vector equal to x2 minus x1i, that means this minus this, plus y2 minus y1j and z2 minus z1k. These points are called the direction ratio. Therefore, direction ratio x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1 and z2 minus z1 are called the direction ratio. So my students, I think you understand what the direction ratio. x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1 and z2 minus z1 are called the direction ratio. So these are the direction ratio. If you want to convert this one in direction cosine, then you have to divide this by magnitude of the vector, then you get the direction cosine. So suppose you have to find the magnitude or unit vector. Magnitude is given by a vector equal to under root of a1 square, a2 square and a3 square. Then unit vector is given by vector upon magnitude. It is called the unit vector. Unit vector. So unit vector is given by this. Then I get a1 upon magnitude of a, I, a2 upon magnitude of a, j and a3 upon magnitude of a, k, and this coefficient is called the direction cosine, and this is denoted by a alpha comma beta comma gamma are the angle on x comma y comma z axis. Then you know that cos square alpha, cos square beta and cos square gamma equal to 1. Because this cos alpha, it is called the direction cosine. Cos alpha equal to vector upon magnitude. This part is called the direction cosine. This is the cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma, and this is called the direction cosine. So my students, if you want to find the direction cosine, it is the direction cosine cos alpha. If it is given the angle, then you can use this one. Otherwise, or relation between the three direction cosine is given by this formula equal to 1. So using this, n cos beta equal to magnitude of A, and cos gamma equal to A3 upon magnitude of A. Yes. So using this, you can find the direction cosine and components of the vectors. Suppose if you want to find the component of the vectors, then the vector A1 equal to magnitude of A cos alpha. Next, A2 equal to magnitude of A cos beta, and A3 equal to magnitude of A cos gamma. If you want to submit, suppose if you want to find the component vector, then instead of A1 you have to write magnitude of A cos alpha I, magnitude of A cos beta J, magnitude of A cos gamma K, and this is the component vectors. Because I just submit the below A1, A2 and A3 in the questions, and I get the required below. So my student, only for the first exercise, that means 11.1, you can solve all these questions using this identity. Suppose the some questions you have to find direction cosine, direction ratio, and like this. So this exercise, if you want to understand this exercise already finished, because just you have to find the direction cosine, direction ratio like this. So I think you understand this exercise. Next, for the second exercise, straight line. Straight line. If you want to draw a straight line, you need two things. One point, and second is what? Second is direction. Suppose you have given a point. Suppose you have given a point P point whose coordinate is x1, y1, z1. You have given a point x1, y1, z1. If you want to draw on a Cartesian plane a x, y, and z, any point, this point into direction is this, and you have to draw this line. You have to draw this line whose coordinate, this point is position vector is a vector, and it is the point, and any vector on the line R, it is the arbitrary point or variable point, is directed by this, and this line is parallel to another vector B. This line is parallel to this vector. Okay, my students, suppose this line is parallel to this vector. You have to find the equation of this line. Equation of this line, and this line is suppose A and B, C, D, and O. So to find equation of line AB. If you want to find the equation of the line AB, suppose you have to find the equation of the line AB, then my students, in triangle COD, you can use vector law. So if you use this vector law COD in triangle COD, then you get this side and this side, these two directions are same. So sum of this vector OC vector plus CD vector equal to this direction is OD vector. So I get this line, and OC vector is A, and my students, since this line is parallel to this, therefore CD vector equal to lambda into b vector, because these two lines are parallel. If any one line is parallel to another, then yes, my students, since this line CD line is parallel to B vector, so CD vector will be lambda into B, because if one vector is parallel to another, then it is of the form of A equal to B lambda. So according to the rules, I have to use lambda into B vector equal to OD vector, and OD vector is represented by R vector. So I get R equal to A plus lambda B, and that is called the equation of the line. And it is the vector form, that is why it is called the equation of the line in vector form. So my students, if you want to draw the equations of a vector line, then you can use this, and it is the point, it is the parallel vector or direction vectors. If you want to draw a line, then you need what? A particular point and parallel vectors. If you get these two, then you can draw a straight line, or you can construct a straight line, and it is the vector form. Next, if you want to convert this one in Cartesian form, you can also convert this one in Cartesian form. Then you have to use like this. R vector equal to A plus lambda B vector. This is the vector R equal to A plus lambda B. R equal to xi, yj and zk, because it is the variable point. Any variable point you have to write like this: xi, yj and zk, and this is the point whose coordinate is a1i, x1i, y1j and z1k, and b is the vector, parallel vector b1i, b2j and b3k. It is the just parallel vectors. So if you take the common j, I, x1 plus lambda b1 and j, y1 plus lambda b2 and k, z1 plus lambda b3. So just you x1i, y1j and zk vectors. So my students, I think you understand what I am going to discuss in these equations. Now you compare, because R is the variable point, that is why I have to represent like this, and this is a particular point, and it is the parallel vectors. If you want to draw a line, then it need a what? Parallel vector. That is why I draw a parallel vector. So comparing on both sides, then I get x equal to x1 plus lambda b1, y equal to y1 plus lambda b2, and coefficient of z equal to z1 plus lambda b3. Next, this part on this side, then x minus x1 lambda b1, x minus x1 upon b1 equal to lambda, and y minus y1 upon b2 equal to lambda. Next, z minus z1 upon b3 equal to lambda. So look at all the lambdas equal, that means all the fixed constant value are equal. That means you can use x minus x1 upon b1, y minus y1 upon b2, and z minus z1 upon b3. And this is the equation of straight line in Cartesian form. It is called what? Equation of straight line in Cartesian form. So straight line in Cartesian form. It is called the equation of straight line in Cartesian form. So using this, you can find the equation. So if you given a vector equations, how can you convert this one in Cartesian? I think you understand. Suppose any questions you have given a vector equation, you can convert in Cartesian, then you can use this. So my student, so I give you some questions which are very important points for this exercise 11.2. So if you given a vector equation, you have to convert this one in Cartesian, then using this you can find. Next, suppose you are given a question is given, find the equation of a straight line that passes through 1, 2, 3 and in the direction suppose the direction vector is given 2I minus j minus 3k. That means, my dear students, you have given the point in these equations the line passes 2j plus 3k, that is the point, and parallel vector is given 2I minus j minus 3k, it is the parallel vector. Then equation of the line is given by r equal to a plus lambda b vector. So that's the equations of the line, r equal to a plus lambda b, and a is given I plus 2j plus 3k plus lambda, and b vector is 2I minus j minus 3k, and that is the parallel vector. So my students, and that is the equations of a straight line in vector form. If you want to convert this one in Cartesian, then you could do like this. If you want to convert in Cartesian, then xi, yj and zk, you put it like this, and you take the common I and coefficient 1 and coefficient 2 lambda, and j here 2 minus lambda, and k coefficient 3 minus 3 lambda. So xi plus yj plus zk. Now you comparing on both sides. Then x equal to 1 plus 2 lambda, y equal to 2 minus lambda, and z equal to 3 minus 3 lambda. So I get the coefficient like this. Then x minus 1 equal to 2 lambda, then x minus 1 upon 2 equal to lambda, and y minus 2 equal to minus lambda, therefore y minus 2 upon minus 1 equal to lambda. Next, z minus 3 equal to minus 3 lambda, therefore z minus 3 upon minus 3 equal to lambda. So my students, I get the lambda, all the lambda equal. So if you want to find then lambda are equal, then x minus 1 upon 2 and y minus 2 upon minus 1 and z minus 3 upon minus 3. So student, look here. I already get the equations of a straight line. It is the equations of the straight line in Cartesian form. Look very carefully. This is the point 1, 2 and 3 are the points where the line passes, because it is given the line passes through the point A. 1, 2, 3. Coefficients are kept right here because the line passes through the point. It is the particular point I, 2j and 3k. So this is the coefficient, here 1, here 2 and here 3. Okay my students, in this point the line passes, that is why I put it like this. And parallel vector is b vector is given to I minus j minus 3k, and this is the parallel vector. So coefficient of parallel vector is 2 minus 1 minus 3. I already write 2 minus 1 minus 3, and that is the parallel vector. So my students, if any questions, if you want to find the Cartesian equation of a straight line, then At first you have to write here the point where the line passes, and denominator you have to write the that means direction ratio. That means parallel vector, coefficient of the parallel vector you have to write inside this, and you get the result. So my students, I think you understand what I am going to discuss today. Next, so I get the equations like this. Suppose you have to find the equations of the line like this. Suppose equation of line that passes A equal to x1, y1, z1 and b vector equal to x2, y2 and z2. Okay, students. Suppose to find the equation of the line that passes through the point A and B. These are the 2 points. You have given the 2 points. You have to find the equation of the line that passes through the 2 points. In these cases, since you have to find the equation of the line in 2 points, then you have to find the position vector of A, and that is the give the direction, that means the B vectors. x2 minus x1 I and y2 minus y1 j and z2 minus z1 k, and that give the parallel vectors or direction vectors. And any one point give the indicate point that the line passes. That means in this cases the line passes through the point x1i, y1j and z1k. So you can use r equal to a plus lambda b vector. So my students, I think you understand r equal to a plus lambda b, because if given the 2 points, then when you find the vector that passes through the 2 points, and this give the direction, that means parallel vector give. It's the parallel vector, and the line passes through the any 2 vectors, any 2 point. That is why this can use as a vector. So you can write r equal to a plus lambda b, and you just submit here a and b, you get the answer. So my students, I think you understand. So in these cases you can also find the equation of the vector. Next, angle between the line r equal to a1 plus lambda b1, r equal to a2 plus mu b2 are 2 line. You have to find the angle. Look my student, angle always give the direction vectors. That means vector, suppose the vector is b1 vector, another vector is from this side and b2 vector, and it is the theta, then b1 dot b2 equal to mod of b1 mod of b2 cos theta, and that give the what? Angle between the 2 lines. So using this you can find also angle between the 2 lines. If line 1 is perpendicular to line 2, suppose the line it is the 1 and it is the 2. If it is the perpendicular, then theta equal to 90 degree. In these cases b1 dot b2 equal to how much? 0, because the cos 90 equal to 0. That means the 2 vectors or 2 lines are perpendicular, then the dot product equal to how much? Dot product equal to 0. So using this you can find the 2 lines are perpendicular or not. If the 2 lines are parallel, if 2 lines are parallel, in these cases if the 2 lines are parallel, then in these cases b1 vector equal to lambda b2, because their direction cosine ratio of the direction ratio are equal. That means the equations become b1 equal to lambda b2. Next, if you want to find the shortest distance If you want to find the shortest distance, then you can use this identity. Suppose it is the line and it is also line. If you find the shortest distance, line first equal to r equal to a1 plus lambda b1. Line second equal to a2 plus mu b2. So in this case, the shortest distance A is given b1 cross b2 dot a2 minus a1 upon magnitude of b1 cross b2. So you can find the distance between the two lines, and these lines are skew line. Skew line. These lines are skew line because these lines are not parallel, not perpendicular. If a line who is not perpendicular and not parallel, that line is called the skew line. And in these cases, you will use this. Okay, my students, because it is the skew line, and if the line are skew line, then the distance between the two lines is given by this equation. At first, you have to find the cross product of the direction cosine, direction ratio, vector, and this is the point, and it is the magnitude. And the distance cannot never be negative. That is why you write inside the determinant or magnitude. Next, if the lines are parallel, then the distance given by b1 cross a2 minus a1 upon magnitude of b1 vector on this, because the lines are parallel, only just you use and you get the lines distance between the two lines. So I get all the points of this exercise 10.11.2. So my students, if you understand, then you can find all the questions. Thank you.